press 9. This call is from a corrections facility and is subject to monitoring, recording, and the location of your phone will be obtained. For more information about our privacy policy, please visit www.connectnetwork.com. After the beep, press 5 to accept this call. This call is from a corrections facility and is subject to monitoring, recording, and the location of your phone will be obtained. Stay on the line to accept this call. Thank you for using GTL.
You know, I've just been cleared of the hindering charge. I'm off of lockdown, and I was going to make a suggestion. If you thought it would be good, if you sometime have time, that pre-sentence investigative report that you should have a copy of, I believe you even posted it on the, 14th page or something like that, where it's got the reference from the U.S. Attorney. He admits that they acknowledged that I had no knowledge of any alleged plot to kidnap anybody. If that can be shown like a screenshot or something, and underneath it a caption saying, you know, breaking news or something to the effect, U.S. Attorney finally admits after the fact that they never had any proof that Mike Parsons had any knowledge of any alleged kidnapping plot, because there never was any, citing that this whole house of cards begins with the assumption that all these people are plotting to kidnap somebody, when in fact it's lawful court orders, and the search of the plane was only issued via a search warrant, whereby the special agent in charge, Montiar Zapluski of the Grand Island, Nebraska office, swore under oath that the plane had been secured for over 2 months and 10 days, when in fact it had not. And they knew that it had not. And based on the fact that they claimed that the reason to get the search warrant was that there was a plot to kidnap a judge and a sheriff and to break me out of jail. And the fact is that they knew that I didn't have any knowledge of any orders to try to have me freed or to arrest those people that were guilty of the crime of kidnapping me. Now, after the trial, they exposed us, but had they admitted it from the beginning, there would not have been grounds for a search warrant, number one. There would not have been grounds for a malicious prosecution, which they did, knowing that I was not involved with any of that, because they couldn't have searched the plane, because there wouldn't have been probable cause. And most importantly, number three, the corruption from the court, whereby the court appointed a attorney at the last minute, Don Shinzy, who knew this information, knew this video existed proving this, and knew that there was no evidence at all of me having been involved with any plot, and that the plane had been exposed, because he prevented the court and the jury from knowing that. He obstructed justice, and the judge denied me the ability to present this evidence at trial. Thereby, we have a conspiracy to deny me a right to my freedom and liberty by the court. This is with ill will and malice committed by the actors, including one, Montiar Zapluski, FBI Special Agent in charge, Grand Island, Nebraska; Jan Sharp, Assistant U.S. Attorney, Omaha, Nebraska; Don Shinzy, Attorney in East Nebraska, appointed by Judge John Gerard, who is basically calling the shots to make sure that things go the way he wants them, to make it a nice, neat, little, tidy little package with a bow on it, to prevent me from having the ability to be heard in the court and for the truth to be known. It's a rigged game, but it's going to be exposed, and we're going to win. We're going to expose it one way, shape, or form, and the truth will be known. and the people need to rise up and speak out. They need to call the media. This needs to go to the media immediately before sentencing, if possible, to let them know that the U.S. attorney finally admits after the trial that, oh, yeah, he never was part of any plot, and that was the basis for getting the search warrant.
Well, I pray that someone listening has a contact with the media that cares, because what we have here is a lack of people who care. I mean, I think you're going to get a chance to say something at sentencing, and at least that's my understanding. And I would make sure you get everything on the record that you want on the record, because if John Gerard dies of a heart attack, they might get a judge that actually is fair, and maybe he'll be able to read what you have to say on sentencing.
The officer that came in and cleared me of this bogus charge of hindering, he came in there with an attitude that I was some kind of a nut job, and he sat there and talked to me for 45 minutes, and when he was done, he said, Mr. Parsons, had I not sat here and talked to you, I would have believed all the hype. But after listening to you, you explained everything. Now I know that you're not crazy. You're working for a nation, a Native American nation, and you're in fact innocent. And so I'm clearing you of this, and good luck to you.
Yeah. Well, they should.
He said that he went on the internet.
Yeah.
I gave him. He'd never been to my website. He said he searched my name on the internet instead of finding my website, which should be up there at the top. It's some nonsense about news reports out of Arlington, Tennessee. Well, I asked for specifics and where he got it. He wouldn't tell me that, but he was obviously, drinking the Kool-Aid.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
His belief was of what the official party line was, but when I started showing him the facts and rattling off all the details and the proof and sitting there with information to show him, and I showed him the picture of the airplane with the door wide open, I said they didn't search the plane for 2.5 months because it was secured. Now you can see a photograph yourself with the airport president taken by the undercover FBI agent, proof the plane had never been secured, and anybody could have gone in there, anybody could have put a gun in there, or whatever they wanted to do. And they didn't want the jury to see that, because then the jury would have said, who knows who put it in there? They haven't proved he put it in there. Nobody can put a gun in Mr. Parsons' hand putting it in a plane.
I would like the name of the guy who punched you when you were tied down to a chair for a shot.
Mark Anderson.
All right.
He said his name was Mark Anderson at trial.
All right.
Unknown caller.
U.S. Marshal Mark Anderson.
All right. We're praying for you, Mike.
Thank you for using GTL.